And so, we return to a cold February day in London. The year is 1907, and a borrowed automobile is making its way through the streets at a relatively slow pace. Luckily, we have now done away with the need for a man with a flag to walk in front. And we're approaching vast speeds, currently trundling along this road at probably about 10 to 15 miles an hour. Seated in this car are two figures. One of them, a young man, and the other, a slightly harried-looking young woman. Her clothes are expensive, but she looks like she has been through something. Her hair is pinned back, more or less respectably, but she looks like looks a little windswept, and is missing her gloves, and her hat. Lost somewhere during the adventures of the night. Looking a little closer, you can see that she does, in fact, appear to be wearing a hastily put-on dress over what looks like night clothes. She had stopped by to pick up some clothes during her visit to the society. Running around dressed only in a straitjacket and nightdress is bound to draw some attention. And on her lap is a stack, essentially a bag of books and items that she had grabbed from the society. Sorry you had to see that. Seated in the back of the car is a third figure, muscular, quiet, and kind of hunched down. There's not really space, and there's not really a back passenger seat so much in this car as like a luggage space that now holds this man. Perched in the back. I'm sorry, Avery, you had to see that. I didn't know James would get in the way.
It was necessary, I know.
Look, if Pendergast is after us, we can't afford to leave a trail, and if James has even a suspicion of where we've gone, then next thing we'll know, we'll have Pendergast showing up at the door. And he's unlikely to hold back. This is... Oh. Look, I know a place we can go, at least for a day or two, a few days. Keep our head low, keep down out of sight. A friend of mine, she's a good friend, she's got a house in London.
Does she have a place where we can hide this thing?
Yeah, she's got a garage. Her family, they adapted one of the coach houses to keep cars. Her husband thinks they are more exciting than carriages. She's tried to... He owns 3 of them now. 3 seems excessive. Why would anyone need 3 of these things?
Because you can.
I forget.
And because you can work on one, yes. The other while the other's broken, and the third one can still drive.
You make a fair point. Look, before we get to Sybil's, I wanted to apologise for what happened last night, for what happened down in Albert. I should have trusted you. I didn't need to force your hand the way I did. I should have been honest with you from the start about the danger that Pendergast poses and what I thought needed to be done. What I'm trying to say is I'm sorry, Avery. I'm sorry. And it's been, it gets difficult sometimes to know who you can trust and who's about to stick a knife in your back. I think I've forgotten that good people existed.
Apology accepted.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Sybil is a friend, and I trust her, but she doesn't know the truth of any of this. She thinks the society is some strange little hobby of mine. A peculiarity she ignores. She has her own hobbies and interests, and her,
So,
she respects
normal physics.
Yes, normal physics, and she was no mentioning what's inside these. She pats the stack of books. Some of these, they make the stuff we took to Albrook look like light reading.
I mean, that explains the stress on somebody's head, huh?
Yes, and last night, that whole thing up on the roof, I mean, look, it's hard to explain to someone who's no experience, but sometimes when the world seems to slip off kilter for a moment, you find yourself doing things that, in hindsight, just appear quite bad.
Yeah. I mean,
but,
can I trust you to trust me so that we stop each other if we end up in a situation like that?
Are you likely to try something like that?
I don't think I am, but I don't think you thought you would either.
No. If I try...
I'm gonna stop you again.
Yes. I see. Yeah, that's probably wise. All right.
And you do the same for me, right?
Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah.
Good.
And, yes. He looks back to Dave in the back seat. Feel safer with him by our side as well. And Agast is what a man of his age should be. Yes. Once supposed someone put through 2 bullets in him and he shrugged it off like nothing. And who knows what he's told the others about us. Like, for all I know, he's spinning a tale to them that I'm some kind of mad witch that needs to be hunted down.
You see, the problem with those tales is that they can be practically fairly realistic.
I mean,
with your set of skills.
Temporarily. I'm not mad. Not most of the time, at least. And as for the witch part, I guess I can't really deny that half. But yes, it's never really a term I've embraced, but the shoe fits, I suppose. Right. This one, next turning on the left.
No, perfect.
You pull into a rather nice, respectable townhouse. Not so grand as Grosvenor Square. We're further on the outskirts now. It seems that it has some sort of, essentially what would have been a coach house at the back that has been converted into car parking. There is a garage with several models of cars lined up, polished to perfection. These don't look like they've got a speck of mud on them. They look like if they have been driven, they've immediately been returned and washed and polished again. Like the paintwork gleams. And this own car looks battered and rough next to them.
I mean, I'm assuming there's tools in
yeah, there's racks of tools, yeah.
And I'm gonna look them over and look at the car, and like, it's gonna be a bit of work to get this into that state, but should be manageable.
I'm sure we'll have chance later. Yes, right.
Yeah, but I think this is more important, and I'm gonna just lift that stack of books.
Careful, mine. She picks up a few other items from underneath. How about give Dave the books? They're heavy. You take the skull.
Why do we have a skull?
It's a very long story. I'll explain it at some point.
Sure.
And she tucks a couple of other items into her pocket and then carefully picks up a cloth-wrapped bundle. Very gingerly. And, like, wraps it in another layer and then, maybe I hold on to this for now?
Sure. Just make sure it stays wrapped, whatever it is. There's probably
whatever happens to this, whatever happens to me, do not touch that thing. Okay?
All right. I'll need an explanation for each of those later on, right?
Yes. Right. Come on, let's get inside. She knocks on the door and it's answered by a servant who looks you up and down, taking in your appearance. Purses his lips and goes, Miss Ward, Bailey, would you fetch your mistress if she's in, please? Of course, Miss Ward. Please, come inside, wait here.
Sure.
And you're not waiting long before a woman bustles into the room. She looks to be about the same age as Lucy, dressed in sort of smart, sort of indoor morning wear. Sort of brown hair pinned back, and she doesn't give you much of a glance. She hurries over to Lucy. Lucy, you come to visit. Wonderful. You look an awful mess. What on earth happened to you? Who's this? Sybil. This is Mr. Collins. He has been assisting you with a small incident that has happened with Dr. Pendergast. Mr. Collins, this is my dear friend, Mrs. Sybil Grant.
Yeah, enchanted. Nice to meet you.
Would it be possible, Sybil, for us to get a change of clothes and, dare I say it, some warm water to wash in, perhaps something to eat, and then I'll tell you everything that's happened. Of course. Lucy, I expect nothing less. Come on. I'll get the servants to sort you something out. Get you cleaned up, and your friend here, and you'll see your man downstairs, get him a good cup of tea, and then you can tell me everything. Come along. He bustles you onwards out of the room. Honestly, I thought today was going to be a quiet day.
I don't think Miss Ward has had a quiet day in decades.
No day is quiet with a Ward around. Right, come along. And as she herds you further into the house to see you settled in the comfort, we go back to the newly christened members of the London Esoteric Society. And I believe it's towards the end of the day. So this is all taking place in evening falls as Nigel and Martin have returned from visiting the bank to deposit items in a safety deposit box. And Basil is returning from a little visit to May Green over in Whitechapel. And you find yourselves back at the Society. Rooms have been made up for you. Well, for two of you. One of you has a house 2 doors down, so really does not need rooms. But yeah, you have returned. You're together once more.
Do we just come in, or do we ring the door and wait for James to come?
You've been ushered inside. You've been shown in. James has put together some supper for you. Okay. In fact, I think it seems to be some sort of slices of roasted lamb, some bread. It's not like a full dinner meal. It seems to be sort of been gathered together in some hurry of like, what can we get? Cold cuts, cheese.
Still better than what we're used to, Basil.
Oh yeah, it's very nice.
Oh gosh, it's not even any mold. Oh god, there is something that's terribly wrong though. These tables don't have that good tilt to them. You know, where you can really get your shoulder down into the wood and get comfy.
Well, but you have to admit though, they don't move when you put a little bit of weight on them.
Yes, it doesn't look like one of the legs is going to fall off. It'll take some getting used to, but
I'm sure we'll adapt quickly.
Yes, I think we will survive. Oh, that felt ominous. Regardless, well, what should we do?
Well, we've been given one name, one of Miss Ward's friends to look into.
That's right.
The maid mentioned a name. I think the name was like Sybil Primrose. Or something like that. I don't know if we've been given the details.
Should we... I don't want to do the talking. The last time I did the talking, it went very, very bad. I think Lady Ward might kill me.
Yeah.
I fear her.
I don't think she likes us very much.
No.
But it could be worse. I mean, I don't think she's that fond of Avery Collins now either.
No, especially not after having run off with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Basil, how did it go with Miss Green?
You know, she is the third nicest criminal I have ever met.
Third?
Third. The third. We have an understanding. Our understanding continues to exist. She will hopefully honor her end of the agreement. I will honor mine, and I'm sure that we can assist one another. It's going to be strange potentially working with somebody of the criminal element like that, but now that I know that there are bigger and more important things in the worlds, existence, yes, in existence, I think it'll be fine. Oh,
okay. Well, it's good to hear. Mr. White and I went over to the bank and secured some of the books we had.
Well, basically, all the books are now unreachable until we need to get them out. Once things settle here, we'll just bring them back to the society itself, because they'd probably be needed here than anywhere else. But at least where they are, Miss Ward cannot get them.
Was her name Sybil Grant?
Pardon, sorry?
Sybil? The name of the friend, was it Sybil Primrose or Sybil Grant?
Something like that. One was the maiden name, I believe.
Yeah.
On those lines.
But what relationship is she to the other wards? I mean, Lucy.
I think they were just friends, as far as you know. At least that's what we were told at the time. Might be a friend she turned to.
Could be witch sisters. Where there's one witch, there's usually another.
But I've been thinking about that Dave, whether he's someone she's wiped the memories of completely.
Well, something different has happened to him. I mean, he's not all there.
Keeper, how old is Dave, roughly? Is he similar age to Miss Ward, or...?
It's hard to be entirely certain. He looks like he could be in his 30s.
Okay. So it's difficult to tell.
Yeah, he's older than Miss Ward.
Yeah, you mentioned he looked like he had a broken nose or something, didn't he?
Yeah, he definitely looks like he's been in a fight or two over the time. Sort of a broken nose, a couple of scars on his knuckles.
Okay. I was just seeing what age bracket he was, if he's close in age. It's strange. I'm trying to work out because, well, it's obvious he's alive, but he's not quite there. So she wiped his memory because he's quite inactive when she wasn't around. But obviously he attacked James. Probably she had him attack him when she was nearby. So she has some degree of control over him. I'm just wondering if his mind exists somewhere. Like trapped in a dream or something.
Oh, stop with the dreams. You read one dream journal, it's all you can think of.
Well,
how does that even work?
I've got no idea. That's exactly...
We don't know how any of this works.
I mean, he's alive, but he's not there, so where is he?
Right. Well, do you think that he's elsewhere, or he's just his consciousness is just pushed down and something else occupying it?
Something like that. Either his mind's been messed with so many times there's nothing left of him, or his mind's just somewhere else. But then again, as you say, it could be just pushed down and suppressed.
I don't want to be untoward, but I feel like our biggest priority is Avery.
It would be nice to know where he is.
He's young and inexperienced, and he's in the clutches of a witch.
Yeah,
And there could be multiple witches. They call it a coven. He would be unable to defend. Yes, Martin. Yes, he'd be unable to defend himself.
She's probably forcing herself on him right now.
Yes, and he has no upper body strength. He could not. He's like a deer in the woods. That's good at math.
He's probably struggling against. If it's Sybil as well, it could be both of them.
My God.
It'd be like
Could be the best or worst night of his life, depending on what's happening.
But yeah, we need to make sure he's okay.
Yeah, we don't want him heading down the same path as Dave.
No.
Exactly.
Although it is possible that Dave wanted his mind to be obliterated because Colin's face or whatever his name is up there has told us that he wanted that to happen to him.
Yeah, but perhaps he was convinced.
I know. It's
afterwards.
Crazy.
And said, "Oh, it was your idea all along."
Yeah.
I can't remember.
I do believe that he asked for the assistance. He strikes me as I can't believe I'm going to compliment him, but he strikes me as a person who's brave enough to fight the good fight, but it's the after effects that really torment him.
So what plan do we have?
Sybil Grant.
Tomorrow or tomorrow.
We can't just keep showing up at people's doors at random time.
Very true.
It's Martin. You should do the talking. Nigel. Oh, go ahead.
Also, I'm going to try something. I don't know whether it'll work. I'll see if I can do something with dreams tonight. I mean, I'll be asleep, so it won't either nothing will happen or I'll just fall asleep.
Martin, if you wake up tomorrow and you tell me that you dreamed of a crazy monster duck named Doug or something like that, I want you to know I'm going to yell at you.
Well, I mean, strange things happen, but I'm sure the pair of you with your detective skills will be able to work out an address for this Sybil. Somehow.
Don't threaten me with a compliment. I'll do my best. That's all I shall do. We need to find Avery. He could be dying right now.
We'll see what we can do. I mean, he is our priority, really.
Dehydration could set in and snatch him from us.
That's true. I mean, let's hope he survives the night.
My God.
And I don't wear him out too much.
I'll be sleeping on a table, but my mind will be with our friend.
So tomorrow it is. Well, the hunt begins.
Yeah. Well, while you try putting yourself down, Basil, I'm going to have a look about to see, does Miss Ward have any of her papers or anything here at the Society?
Like an address book?
Yes, precisely that.
So you want to go to Lucy's room?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, asking James, of course, if it is okay with him.
I think I work for you.
Well, apparently it seems to be how it worked out.
So yeah, this way. I guess I suppose, sir, I should also tell you, I still do currently also work for Miss Ward.
Understood.
Although,
but she's not here to object at the moment.
How you worked out between yourselves there?
Well, I'll try not to disturb anything.
Yeah.
But there are some things we need to know. So.
This is her room. Her wardrobe is over there in the side room. Her writing desk is where she keeps most of her papers.
Well, isn't anything she wears a wardrobe? Any dress?
Very funny, sir, yes.
I see it's not entirely lost on you. Okay. Good to know I have
Just give me a shout if you need an assistance with anything.
Okay, will
And as he
do.
walks away, you hear him muttering under his breath, "Wardrobe? Seriously?"
We're going to have such a great relationship. All right, so I look around. You want me to? Do I see anything out in the open, like well, obviously in the dress book, or any sort of other writings that she might have?
You can see on her desk there is sort of a pad of blotting paper, some pen and ink, what does appear to look like an address book. Yes.
Oh, what fortune!
And a stack of sort of writing paper, like headed writing paper.
Okay, so I will look furtively around and look in the address book.
You flick through. There's a lot of contacts in here. She knows the names of a lot of people, various well-off people, people connected to all sorts of societies in London, both occult and sort of just high society in general. Are you looking for a name in particular?
Well, I am looking for Sybil. I have no idea of the last name, so all occurrences of Sybil would be appreciated.
Okay. There are 2 Sibyls listed in the book.
Ah, okay.
The first is listed as Sybil Primrose, which has then been crossed out.
Oh, okay.
And the second is listed as Sybil Grant.
Does it look like it was done in the? I think she changed her name, and it was just a correction to the name.
Well,
but it's the same.
The book is arranged alphabetical by surname.
Okay.
So someone has very neatly crossed out the existence of a Sybil Primrose from the P section and written in a Sybil Grant in the G section.
Well, are the details the same for the Grant and Primrose entries?
No, there is a different address, different phone number.
Okay.
In fact, I don't think there would be a phone number for Sybil Primrose, but there is a phone number for Sybil Grant, and 2 addresses, one in London and one in the country.
Okay. Is there enough blotting paper that I could take one of the pieces and write on it to copy the info down without making it look like, well, I used to have 2 pieces of paper, now I only have 1.
Yeah, you can jot down whatever you would like.
Okay, I'll copy down the information from both entries. And okay.
Is there anything else you want to look for whilst you're in Lucy's rooms?
Well, I would like to just continue paging through all the contacts, just to see if there's anyone that seems familiar to me that we might have in common.
Okay, let's think. Who does Nigel know? Who would Nigel have contact with?
Well, specifically, is there a country address for Pendergast? Like a separate residence that he might have had?
There is no other address for Pendergast. In fact, Pendergast isn't even listed in the book.
Oh, okay.
But there is... the London Esoteric's own phone number is listed. Probably actually alongside the address for completeness.
Okay.
There's no separate contact detail for Pendergast. There is another address listed for... there's an address listed for Cecil Abernathy. There is an address listed for a couple of other Collinwoods, other than the Collinwood that you've met.
Well, do we know his first? We've only known him as Mr. Collingwood. We don't have any other first names for him.
I don't believe you I don't know that you've asked his first name at any point. So as far as you know, either of these could be your Collinwood. This address is listed for Thomas Collinwood, an Alexander Collinwood, and a Peter Collinwood.
Well,
we have read his books, so...
Yes.
Yes, his books are listed as A. Collinwood.
Okay. All right. So now, assume just being oblivious to the possibility that could just be his pen name, I'll take that as read that that's his actual name, and I'll copy that contact info as well.
Yes. It appears to be the address of a lodgings house in East London.
Ah, okay. Anywhere near Whitechapel or further away?
Not near Whitechapel, but not like probably further up near Bethnal Green sort of way.
Oh, okay. All right.
I just think who else you would know. The other name that was mentioned to you yesterday is Miles Shipley, the artist, is listed in there. An
Okay.
address and a phone number. There are addresses for a Celia Plum. I think she was Cecilia Plum.
Ah, yes. Okay.
And
No.
Mrs. Theodosia Plum, wife of Jerome Plum.
If we only knew the connections.
You only knew. There's a lot of names that don't mean anything to Nigel.
Okay. And I suppose it would take way too long to copy the entirety of it. There's no photocopy machine.
There's no photocopy machine. I mean, there is also nothing to stop you from taking the book.
No. I don't want to be overly, suspicious. It's already bad enough that James knows that I'm in here. Because, there's no telling how she's going to take it. I suppose I could pocket the address book. Is it a proper full address book, or is it just small?
It's small enough that it could be carried.
Okay, I'll just pocket that then for now.
You feel this wave of guilt rise up within you.
This isn't honest. I'm not Basil. I can't just take this.
Look, I'm the paladin.
That's what paladins do, right?
I'm yelling at you when this stream's over.
Okay.
yes, you have the pocketbook.
Okay. Now, is there just anything else leap out at me as anything I'd noticed that she'd had down at the asylum, just to get a clue whether she'd been back here? Well, we knew she was back here. That's right. Anything that she left here?
So, I mean, essentially, most of her belongings appear to be here. Like, most of her dresses are in the wardrobe, most of her papers are in her desk, books are on her shelf, mirror and hairbrush and things are all still there on, the side table.
Okay.
If you... it looks like she hasn't had time to, she hasn't come back and packed all her belongings and left. Whatever visit she made to the society was clearly a fleeting, flying visit.
Okay. Right. And nothing of Avery's that we might see, because we knew they were together. So
there's nothing of Avery's in here. Are you taking your time to go through all her papers and belongings?
Yes, I am.
You'll find that as you start to go through her papers, there are numerous letters that she has received from various people, including an entire stack of letters from someone called Sybil.
Okay.
Which mostly seem to be updates on, society gossip. These go back years.
Society at large or London Esoteric?
Society at large, not London Esoteric Society. She looks to have sort of, a decade's worth of letters from Sybil, carefully stored.
Okay. Now, do they seem to be written in personal style? As in,
updating her, just flicking through, picking a few at random. They're about, oh, there's been trouble. Did your father mention that trouble with the vote in Parliament? She's been proposed to by a lieutenant in the army. Oh, she would love to have me. It appears that Lucy might have acted as bridesmaid at her wedding, and just I see years worth of personal correspondence.
Okay.
One half of personal correspondence.
Okay, but I would get the feeling that they are good friends.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
There's also letters from various other people, other friends. None of them have quite so many letters. She seems to have kept most of her correspondence from people, but no one has written her quite so many letters.
Okay.
And there's probably a few letters from her uncle, old letters from her uncle. I think he would probably have written a few letters.
Any current interest in those?
No, they seem very perfunctory.
Okay.
Also, there's a lot unsaid there. Very vague, very unspecified.
And nothing at all. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, ask your question, because this might answer your question. Ask your question first.
Okay. Nothing related to this machine that Avery's and the what's his name? The Swedish inventor,
Nordstrom.
Pavel. Yes, Nordstrom. Anything on this particular machine? Any references to it?
So there's actually probably a couple of newspaper clippings here about Pavel Nordstrom, the like things he's invented, and it looks like not like he was keeping track on him like it's closely, but there are sort of a couple of mentions and notes of him like clipped and like folded and saved here, along with, in fact, there's an entire drawer here that's dedicated that just contains newspaper clippings.
Okay.
There's mention of Nordstrom in there. You see, essentially, there's two. It's going to take you a while to go through them all, but I seem to be mentions of like strange lights sighted above moors, mysterious disappearances, reports of odd noises heard in a sewer in West London. Like, it looks like she was keeping track of like odd events, occurrences, rumors, anything out of the ordinary.
But nothing that I would immediately connect to this.
I mean, it would take you, several hours to go through all this.
No, I'm not going to do that.
But yeah, it's all there. She's kept it all, like a stack of newspaper clippings. Some of them bundled together, tied up with bits of string and ribbon, but lots of them just loose in the bottom of this drawer. Okay.
I'm going to, before it gets too late, I'm going to go back down to meet up with Basil.
I'm going to give you a spot hidden before you go.
Okay.
Amongst all of this paperwork, I think. See if you notice something. Amongst all these sort of paperworks and things, you notice that amongst all the letters, there are a couple of letters that have come. I've got more postmarks on the others. And you look at the addresses, you see, they fold around the addresses, you see that they have come from overseas.
Oh, from where overseas?
If you have been over, it appears that a couple of them have come from France and a couple from Germany. And
okay.
French one is in French.
No language skill there. I mean, are they written in French? Well, yeah, they are, so they're not. I would have no idea how to.
So there seem to be letters in French, but the ones that are from Germany do appear to be written in English. You don't know if that's because whoever was writing them spoke English, or because Miss Ward didn't speak German, and whoever she was writing to.
Well, English is almost the same as German. So.
Fine.
Okay. Anything special that I would take note of in that letter?
Yeah, the letter seems to have come from a Malena Zutanen.
Wait, Zutanen. Have I at this point noticed anyone else, read about anyone else in the society with that particular last name?
I'm going to say, I mean, you were looking into the society for some time, so yes, you would know that the name is a previous society member.
Aha. Okay.
And the letter simply states that I'm going to say this very clearly because I have not written this down, so I'm going to have to replicate this information if someone asks me again later. Dear Miss Ward, I have seen no sign of the individual you speak of in years. If he is still on the continent, then he is keeping a low profile. I would suggest that you contact Cécile Blanchet in Paris. She may have heard more recent news as to his whereabouts. I would also caution that if you do locate him, you do not approach him. H.P. is a dangerous man. And if he's still out there, it is better for you that your path does not cross with his. Yours, Marlena Zutanen.
Okay. Now, the French person that she referenced, is that the one from whom the French letters are from?
Yes, the letters at the bottom are signed Cécile Blanchet.
Okay, and about how long ago were these dated or postmarked?
These look to be from about. Got to get my own timeline right here. 5 years ago.
Okay. I will file that away. And have I absorbed all that I can usefully absorb from the things that are in her room at this point?
Well, apart from you've got a lot more of her letters and you've got a lot more of her clippings. But how much time you want to spend going through them is up to you.
Well, how long do you think I've been in so far?
You've probably been in her room sort of half an hour or so by this point.
Was that all?
Digging through things.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll go at least that much longer, another hour, because there's no rush. There's no, unless I hear a knock at the door coming in, there's no rush to get out.
Are you looking for anything in particular or just general information?
Just general, because I'm not entirely sure what to look for specifically other than what I've been looking for.
Okay, I'm going to ask for a library use roll here. This is not really a library, but this is the closest to a library that we've got. Like, sort of making your way through, like, looking for information that's relevant.
Oh no. Not enough luck for that.
It's on fire.
No, it's not on fire, but as you pick up these newspaper clippings to like examine them, and they slip out of the bindings that they're in, and now there's just scattered across the floor is bits of newspaper clippings just flying all over the place, and when you reach out to catch them, your elbow like knocks the pile of letters and they're scattered across the floor as well. So
oh no.
it's just bits of everything's out of order and all muddled up now, just strewn all over the floor. There's a clattering noise. Basil, you hear this from sort of downstairs, the sound of things being knocked over.
Oh no, he's doing it again.
Oh, there goes subtlety.
I'm going upstairs, Keeper.
And
I'm going upstairs.
And while he's coming up, I'm going to gather up all the letters and place them back in a pile in an order on the desk, remembering more or less how I had seen them, where they're specifically a stack from. So
Basil, as you open the door, you see Nigel there, like scraping up, like on his hands and knees, like piling up letters, trying to like gather everything up.
Basil, okay say nothing.
I will say nothing other than are you okay?
I am okay, and it is exactly what it looks like.
I just hope that those witches don't have Avery in this type of position. Here, let me help you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna bend over and just start scooping. Like, are you
okay? All the news clippings, they all go together in this binding, and I'm trying to gather up the letters and put them back in more or less the order that I found them.
Oh, I how do you have 17 paper cuts? How did you do that?
You had to be there.
I am here. Look at this. No, that's upside down. At this point, I'm going to take my time to help my friend.
All right. Thank you, Basil. Well, while we're both here, I found some interesting information about the Sybil person. Apparently,
Sybil Grant.
That is her current name.
Yes.
Previously Primrose. I have her address and phone number. And in the stack of letters, they've apparently been quite good friends for a very long time. So that's probably where I would suspect we should look for her.
Yes. We must take precautions. I've never gone into the bowels of a witch's hideout before.
Her friends from their conversations, and pardon me for having spied on them, but Sybil doesn't seem to be out of the ordinary.
That's just what they would want you to think. You see, in this line of work, the more suspicious you are, the less suspicious you are. And I'll tell you something. I really don't care too much about Ward's privacy, because she rips people's memories out of their head.
Well, it's not that I care about that so much as just her knowing that she's being surveilled.
Of course she knows she's being surveilled. You're a gentleman. You're being a gentleman.
No, I do have
Upside
to hold
down.
it.
Upside
I do
down.
have.
Upside
Thank you.
down. Yep.
I do have to hold up my both of our ends on that. So
Let me just hold on. I'm gonna walk out of the room. I'm gonna yell, Martin!
Yeah, Martin will just be on his way up there because he would have heard the clatter and fall.
Basil, I wish you would stop calling him that.
He's my friend, and you know what? Here's the thing. He's gonna get used to it.
Everything okay?
Yeah, it's fine. This is Miss Ward's room, in this somewhat disarray, as you can see.
Yeah, these are not Nigel's dresses. Yeah.
No, he would have kept it in order. Really, I mean, this place is a mess.
I know.
Someone just got some stuff over and just scattered them everywhere and deliberately spread everything out.
That is essentially exactly what happened. You're very observant, Mr. White.
She's just so untidy. Anyway.
No, she is extremely tidy and well organized, and it was only upon the entry of someone else.
I know you're just protecting her. Don't worry about it. You don't have to. Did you find anything interesting here?
Yeah, yes, I did, on a number of things. Apparently, there's a close relationship with Sybil, Sybil Grant, and I have from her book, her address book, I have her contact information, address and phone number. From how close they seem to be, I mean, she's kept all of their correspondence for years. I kind of think that would be the first place we should look to see where she's hiding out.
Yeah, it's probably best we don't phone first and we just turn up.
Yeah.
But
They're also witches, so we need to be.
But which witch is which?
Which
Exactly.
witch is which? Yeah.
We don't know which witch is which. God, I don't know what they could be doing such terrible things to Avery right now. I really wonder what's going on.
I fear for his well-being.
He's doomed.
I fear for his soul.
Yes. And his hamstrings.
He could be getting corrupted.
Just absolutely, positively, morally poisoned.
Yes.
But
unfortunately,
he'll have to fend for himself tonight, I suspect, and we'll look into it.
He's a strong young man. He can probably hold her off for some time.
He is not a strong young man. He has no upper body strength.
Well, we must have seen different sides of him then.
What side of him did you see? I watched him pick up like 3 wrenches. He almost fell over and died.
Well, let's hope he's got the stamina to last the night.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
He just squeezes the witches.
Anyway.
Anyway.
What is wrong with everyone today?
Stay strong, Avery. Stay strong.
Well, let me just try to get this room back into some semblance of order.
Well, I'll head home anyway, and I'll meet up with you both here tomorrow morning.
Sounds good. Come for breakfast. Apparently, that's what they're accustomed to providing. That. Okay.
Martin, or Mr. White. No, Martin. I'm calling you Martin.
Whichever
Martin,
you choose.
Thank you. Do you want an escort home?
Don't let him just call you anything.
Shut up, Nigel. I call you Nigel because your name's Nigel.
Well, yeah, but we're peers.
Doors down. I should be okay. It's quite a respectable area.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Oh, did I return your gun that you sort of borrowed me?
You should keep it.
It's okay. I've got 2 guns at home.
Yeah, but mine are probably better because they've been used. I'll take it back. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. You have this. You might need it as an emergency gun. I've got 2 at home. I'll be fine.
Oh, very good. You can't have enough guns.
No, definitely not.
We should all have 7 guns apiece. Regardless, I hope Avery doesn't need a gun right now.
See you tomorrow morning.
Right, tomorrow morning. Watch out for the panther.
What panther?
Oh, I don't know. An idea came to my head, that the sort of thing that might be lurking around.
Okay. It's been a long day.
So yeah, as you head, get a good night's sleep, and beware of panthers and ducks. We go back to the Grant residence, where having had some time to freshen up and make themselves respectable, well, Miss Ward has gone downstairs to speak to Sybil. Avery, are you also heading downstairs, or what are you doing?
Since she told me that Sybil does not know anything, I don't think they're gonna converse about cult stuff. So I'm thinking I would look if I see her husband and just nerd about cars.
Okay, yes, her husband is at home. He sort of sticks his head out as Lucy descends downstairs. She's smartened herself up. She's wearing what looks to be one of Sybil's dresses. You see, she's wearing the same necklace she's been wearing this entire time with the I think it's a topaz in it, a blue topaz. She's also wearing a bracelet around her arm in the shape of a snake that she wasn't wearing before. And looks to be sort of a hairpiece that involves like a fine band of silver. Very dressed up for just an evening hanging around with your friend's house. But she has her jewellery on. And yeah, she heads downstairs to talk to Sybil. And as she's heading past, a man sticks his head out the study, sort of goes, Miss Ward, not seen you in a while. Good to see you. Yes. Yeah, it looks like he is at home. And if you get talking to him, Avery, you introduce yourself. Yeah, he introduces himself as Charles Grant.
Avery Collins. I've been driving Miss Ward here, with a car. It's been a rough drive. You wouldn't happen to have some tools I might need.
Yes, let me show you the garage.
That would be perfect.
Yeah, did you have a chance to see the cars on the way in? Yes, I've not had much chance to do much with them recently since, I started collecting them a couple of years back after I got back from the war, and well, it's something to keep me busy. I'm back in the country.
Yeah, I think this is the future. It's not shitting on the streets, and it's getting you places a lot faster and constantly. It's just great. And I'm gonna start, opening up the car, and the car that we drove in. I'm not touching his. And I'll find like all of the hits it got during our daring escape, and I'll start working on those.
Okay, I feel this is the best use for a mechanical repair roll, because it's actually repair for once, rather than how can I break this mechanical ancient machine or anything like that. Yeah, you're making a good job, you're not making it worse. And so as Avery sets down to repair the car, with a bit of a sort of running commentary from Lieutenant Grant, who's seems to be glad to have someone to talk to. He'll happily sort of make conversation, talks about, he seems to be a fairly ordinary man. He makes no mention of anything occult or eldritch. He mentions that he's, I don't think he's not going to talk about himself much. He probably just talks about his cars. Brief mention to the fact that him and Sybil have a son who's now turned 4 years old. He seems quite proud of that.
Oh.
Other than that, nothing of particular note. So as you talk mechanics and the others get some sleep, and nobody wants to do anything weird whilst they're sleeping. It sounds like a daft question, but this is Call of Cthulhu.
Yes, definitely. I'm going to try Dream Realm stuff to locate someone.
Okay, so Martin over here wants to try some dream walking. I believe dreaming, half
I
your
haven't-
power it starts off.
It starts off at the same as your power.
Okay, same as your power. In which
90.
case, give yourself the skill dreaming, set it starting at your power, and give me a dreaming roll.
Okay. well, I
You've
shall
read
just
enough to
add
know
this.
that this is possible. You know, you're trying to reach out to Avery or to anyone else.
I was trying to locate. I think the name we were given was David Taylor, wasn't it, for the servant? But possibly.
Yes.
Yep. Possibly his dream, if his, well, basically where his mind is. Otherwise, if it's too awkward to do, I'll see if I can locate Avery.
Okay, so you're trying to find David Taylor. Dave.
As I see him, yeah.
Okay.
Just success.
So, you fall asleep. You dream your own dreams. You dream of dark water, of caves, of strange, shining, spinning wheels, of ripples, of whispers, of gunshots echoing through the lobby of Albrook. That was only last night. Last night, a man was killed. You saw his body chopped to pieces and dropped into the ocean. And it creeps back into your dreams. You're down there in the cave in the darkness of the lapping water. But there is a... In the dark and in the lapping water, the sounds of the sea against the walls of the cave. And in this dream, you see a doorway leading off from this cave. A door that was not there in the real cave. A door that seems to draw your mind to it.
Yeah, I'll spend the luck to make it a hard success because I've not done this before, either way. So the doorway just appears here.
There's just a door. Other than that, you're dreaming of back in the cave, muddled events of last night playing over in your mind.
I'll wander to the doorway and open it, and have a look.
Beyond the door, a staircase winds downwards.
Ah, this is familiar. I read about this.
Yes.
Staircase in a forest. This is working. I'll go
feet-
down the steps.
Yeah. Your feet move down this staircase. Time moves strangely, disjointed, shifting out of sync with reality. You feel like you've been walking for hours, yet only seconds have passed by, and space seems to warp around you. You take a few steps and you're much further down the steps than you thought. Or you walk for a while and you don't seem to make any progress at all. Then at last, you come to the bottom. And you find yourself in a vast cavern. Flames burning along each side. And at the end, a door. A vast double-heighted door.
I'll wander towards it. I don't remember reading about this mansion. I just seem to remember the steps and the forest, but it doesn't seem to be another direction to go.
On the two halves of the door, it swings open slowly, stone grinding against stone. Inch by inch, the door opens. And on the other side, you see something that you had read described, but the description does not come close to matching the reality that now is before your eyes. An alien forest, its colours bright and strange. Trees thick with vegetation, lurid flowers blooming at the base, tangled up with fungal growths and twist around the trees. All you need to do is to step over the threshold and you'll be there.
But how to get to someone's dreams in particular? We'll see. I will step across the threshold into the forest and have a
You
look.
step across the threshold. The doors behind you vanish. The stair is gone. The cavern is gone. And you stand there in a clearing in this lush green forest. You can hear the chattering of insects or creatures off in the undergrowth. The rustle of movement out there, just out of sight.
I'll try to concentrate on a doorway to that David Taylor's dreams.
You picture a doorway hard in your mind.
If that doesn't work, I'll try Avery, but
It doesn't work like that. A voice says behind you.
oh, who said that?
A woman steps from the undergrowth. She looks like something out of a painting, perhaps by Turner or Waterhouse. Long brown hair flowing loosely. She wears this green velvet robe with long open sleeves. Not quite medieval, but definitely a fairy tale painting of a woman. Leaves of flowers twined in her hair, and rings of gold on her finger, her bare feet moving through the grass.
Yeah, I'm quite new to this. Sorry, Mr. Martin White at your service. Who are you?
Oh, very formal. Call me Janet.
Oh, nice to meet you, Janet.
You are a stranger in this wood.
I've read about it, but I've not been here myself. At least not that I remember.
I would leave if I were you. The Lord of the Forest did not call you here.
I'm trying to find someone.
They stumbled in here as well, did they?
I don't know. I'm trying to find their dreams.
You wish to walk someone else's dream? Are your own dreams not enough?
No, I'm trying to find this person. There seems to be a problem with them. The mind isn't where it should be.
And you think it's here? You think this is where lost minds go? I suppose that would make sense.
I think their mind has been somehow removed, and it might be here. And I was hoping I could find it, at least, so I could find a way to return it to their body.
I see. I do not know where this person's mind might be. I have not seen it wandering here. Although I do not know what a mind would look like wandering without its housing.
Oh, that's true.
That might be mighty strange to see. But if you seek to find someone here, I know where you might be able to find answers.
And where would that be? The Lord of this wood?
Follow the path through the wood. Beyond the wood there lies a mountain. Beyond the mountain lies a castle. In that castle a lord awaits. And he knows things. He knows all the things.
That sounds good advice. Thank you very much for your time.
It is a long road, though, and a dangerous one.
I probably shouldn't wander alone.
No.
Next time I return, I'll bring my friends if I need to travel that way. But thank you.
I could travel with you. I could show you the way. We could protect you. And as she says that, you hear further rustling in the undergrowth, and an enormous lion comes padding out of the foliage.
I've not seen one
coming to stand by the woman's side. I don't know if Martin's ever seen a lion in a zoo.
No, but he has a fair bit of it natural law.
This lion, it's bigger than any lion should be. This is a lion the size of a horse, really. A lion the size of a horse, with a mighty golden mane, and a very hungry-looking glint in its eyes. Sort of the woman reaches up, sort of rustles her fingers through its mane. We
Now,
could
this
take
is-
you to the castle.
I don't know much about this world. I'm worried about spending too long here. How does time work here?
Time is but a dream. But
That's a fair point. Well,
you will wake. If you wake, you will leave this place. So you have until morning comes.
that sounds good. Oh, let's go and speak to this lord. Or
Come.
the castle, at least.
She reaches up and clambers up onto the back of the lion, and then holds out her hand to
Oh.
you and gestures for you to do likewise.
Okay, I'll pull myself up as well.
Come. It is not often we get travellers through the forbidden doors.
The forbidden door.
You're not supposed to wander here,
Oh,
but now you have come. Let us take you to meet the lord of this place. And as the lion begins to move, you feel a bunching of muscles underneath you as it bounds off through the strange, brightly coloured forest. And that is going to be where we go to break. I'll see you in 10 minutes' time. And so, as Martin White lies sleeping in his bed, his mind is off on a marvellous journey beyond forbidden doors of night into the world of the dreaming. He sits atop a horse-sized golden lion that is leaping and bounding and running through a brightly coloured forest. Ahead, in front of you, is a brown-haired woman in flowing green velvet, who sits perched on the front of the lion with you behind her as you make your way through the forest. Around you, you can see these twisted, twining, strange trees. You see glimpses of stranger creatures that match no description of any animal you have laid eyes on before. And ahead of you, you see tall white cliffs rising up out of the forest to jagged, frozen mountain peaks beyond. They are getting nearer as you run, but they're still some way away. The lion bounds its way through the forest.
Janet, guessing this lion is not a pet, it's more a friend.
Yeah, you could call him that, yes.
Does your friend have a name?
He has several. He answers to Tom or Tam.
Which do you think he'd prefer me to use?
Whichever you prefer. Tom the Lion. Tom Lion.
Fair enough. This is all a bit strange, to me at least.
Oh, it was strange to me when I first fell in the dreaming.
Oh, have you been here long?
Time is strange to tell here. I used to visit a good deal, and when my body failed, this became my only home.
I'm hoping to learn a bit more about this place so I don't end up stepping wrong.
There are only wrong steps here.
Oh, it sounds... can't possibly go wrong.
You can... The longer the time you spend here, the more you'll be a native of this place. The more you are a native of this place, the less the waking world will seem a home to you. You must decide which one you want to be your home, for it can never be both for long.
So the more I learn of this place, the more likely I want to stay.
Yes,
Or
the more you
I
learn of
become
this
it.
place, the more its hold on you becomes greater.
That makes sense. I'll have to be very careful. At least make sure if I have to make a choice, I make the right one for me.
You came here seeking another's dream,
I did.
another's mind.
I'm trying to find their mind because to explain the body is alive, but the mind isn't there. And I'm trying to work out where the mind is to return it to the body for them.
Curious quandary. Is this a person dear to you?
No.
That you'd go so far for their mind?
They're not dear to me. It's just the person. I believe someone's done something to their mind, either wiped all the memories, or removed their mind somehow, imprisoned it, or locked it up, or somewhere, or lost it here somehow. They're not dear to me, but for someone to be separated from a mind, I don't know. It just makes me feel angry. I have to do something about it. I want to make things right.
See. You're beginning to leave the forest behind now, and the lion begins to climb its way steadily up between strange, crystalline, glittering rocks and stones towards this castle that rises up out of the cliffs. This silvery, beautiful building. It seems to be reflecting the light of the dawn and the dusk all at once. This myriad of colours glinting off its silvery surface. It's beautiful. It's impossible. It's the most beautiful building you've ever laid eyes upon. And you have a sudden certainty of knowledge that if you step through the doors into that castle, whatever knowledge you came here looking for, you will possess. Whatever answers you came here looking for will be yours. Whatever you wish to achieve, you will achieve, should you only have entered the castle.
Do you have any advice?
Any advice? The lion slows its pace as you approach the gates of the castle.
Yes. Seems this is the place for answers.
It is, as I said. If you come to this place seeking answers, this place holds them.
But what is the price?
The price?
For the
What
answers?
price is knowledge? It gave me the power to stay here, the power to make this world what I wished it to be for me. Weave my own destiny. Make more of myself than my life could ever have been on the other side. What it took from me was that other life of mine.
Ah.
But whatever you ask, there may be a cost, there may not be a cost. I don't know if what I lost was the price I paid or the natural consequences of my own actions.
That's okay. It is a risk. I'll see what happens.
Well, this is where we leave you.
Thank
What lies
you.
beyond the gates is for you and you alone. But know that no one who passes that way returns unchanged. This is the key to all knowledge you seek. But if you do not wish to take it, wake now from the dream and return to ignorance.
Can I try a dream lore roll?
Yes? Yes, you
I haven't
can.
got much in this, but here's a. Well, I've got a critical on a dream lore.
Okay.
I want to know
can
About
piece
this-
together what you know of what she's speaking about and what you read in the journal.
Yes.
She is speaking of something almost known as the dream beyond the dream. An underlying force that shapes the entirety of the world of dreams. This Lord of Dreams she speaks of is not a person. They are a force, an entity beyond human comprehension. And this place is a place where you can brush up against their own mind, against the borders of reality itself. And only those of the strongest will, the strongest mind, can even step through this door to brush up against the mind of this entity, this being. And meeting would be to be forever changed. If you step through that door, it will reshape you, reshape your mind and your entire being, give you access to power, and leave you a different man. This might break you, or it might remake you.
Well, I mean, let's see. Roll for that skill.
And
Doubled it. So that's good.
I'll force you a Cthulhu Mythos roll at this point to match that up with your dream lore.
Okay. Well, what's that? Sorry.
Cthulhu Mythos roll.
To increase it or just a skill?
No, to match up what you know here in your dream knowledge, to know, like, is that ringing any bells in what you've read or what you've learned of the mythos? You don't know as much as the others. You haven't been reading books, but you have a little mythos. You've been keeping track of it.
Oh, I'll just roll it now and see.
Yeah.
That's a fumble.
No, you haven't read the books, so
No idea.
not ringing any bells there.
Well, sometimes you do roll well, sometimes you don't. What the hell? I'll wander through.
You'll wander through. So Martin White wanders through the doors of the dream beyond the dream to brush up his mind against the borders of reality itself.
To see if I can find this person's dreams.
Give me a power roll, please.
Odd success.
Okay. So, you are able to step through this door, to touch upon something. And the knowledge you're seeking, you seek the knowledge to step. What is it you're holding in your mind as your desires and your wishes as you step through this door?
I'm trying to locate where...
If you could name, let's call it 3 things conceptually that Martin would wish for or want for in this moment, what might those 3 things be?
You'd like to know where David Taylor's mind is, or his soul, what makes him up, basically.
Okay.
And how to return it to his body. So that would be 2. The other one would be to locate Avery.
Okay, so you wish to reshape minds, to find minds, and to locate people. As you step beyond the doors to brush up against ultimate knowledge in the dream. That was a critical dream lore roll there. It's going to take you some strange places. And the first thing you perceive is light. This storm of glowing, twisting, silvery spheres. The second thing you perceive is a voice. 1,000 overlapping tongues speaking truths. Your mind can't hold all of them. There's too much knowledge. You realize for a moment you've learned so many things and you've forgotten more things than any human has ever known before. And you see doorways, infinite, reaching off in different worlds, realities, times, possibilities stretching out before you on, forever and ever. And I am going to need a hell of a sanity roll from you here, please.
What do you mean, a hell of a sanity roll?
I mean,
Extreme success, okay?
that is indeed okay. Roll me a 1d10.
Oh, hang on. Let's see. One point?
You look upon the ultimate knowledge, the wonders of the universe flow through you, and you lose 1 point of sanity.
I'm hanging in a...
Martin is the goat.
Well, I did get a critical success on the dream law roll as well, so...
Yes.
Absolute goat. Absolute goat.
But then again, I did fumble a roll straight after it.
It'll be all right.
And the knowledge flows through you, the power ripples through you, and you wake with, like, knowledge racing through your mind. You know 3 things for certain. You know with utmost certainty where Avery Collins is at this instant. You could walk straight there. You know exactly where to find him. You know that the mind of the man you seek is gone. It's not out there. It's not waiting to be found. It is
It's consumed.
destroyed. It's gone. There is no mind to find.
So it can't be returned.
But you do know a few other tricks along the way. You know how to take another's mind from them. You know how to place it somewhere else. I will essentially to take mind, to move your mind to their body, to swap their mind with yours. Minds are malleable to you now, should you wish.
So it can swap mind. Well, it's mind transfer, basically.
Yes, essentially, and slightly less reduction, some slight changes, but yes, you know how to do mind transfer of your own and other people's minds.
So other people to objects or mind to people.
Yes, mind.
Well, it's confusing.
Yes.
All right. I'm sure I won't have to worry about that. But at least I know where Avery is.
And you know where Avery is. Yes.
And I wake up.
And you wake up. Meanwhile, Avery, you got a good night's sleep of untroubled dreams.
Oh.
But you're awake with a prickle in the back of your neck that someone somewhere is thinking about you. Like a prickle down the back of your spine that someone is watching you.
I've never been a paranoid person, so I'm just gonna look around. There's nobody in my room, I'm assuming?
No, you're in a spare bedroom at the Grant's house. But you are alone.
I'll look around in the room if there's like any secret entrances or something, considering a lot of the stuff that I thought was normal clearly isn't.
You search
But I'm
around.
assuming I won't find anything, so...
No hidden entrances to be found, and yet that prickling sensation of being watched does not decrease. Give me a sanity roll, please.
Mm.
Okay. No, it must just be your imagination.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a rough night or two, or I mean, couple of days.
Yeah, I mean, Pendergast is still out there, but
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
he's not
It's
here.
probably just paranoia.
Yeah.
Well, I'll get downstairs, freshen myself up.
Yes. Sybil, her husband, and Miss Ward are all already downstairs. Taking breakfast together.
Well, I'll if they'll have me, I'll
Oh, of course, yes. Take a
enjoy
seat.
it.
Take a seat.
Yeah.
Join us.
Thank you. Thank you.
I was just asking how long you were likely to be staying, Miss Ward? Not too long. I wouldn't want to trouble you much. In fact, I was thinking perhaps we head out of the city for a while. What do you think, Collins? Perhaps,
If you need me to drive somewhere, we can. We were looking over the car yesterday. I mean, it's not in as beautiful a state as the other three exemplars out there. But it is roadworthy.
yeah, I just think perhaps getting out of the city, just for a few weeks, months, maybe, just until things blow over. Things with Pendergast ended quite badly. We had the society a little falling out, and you know how these things can spiral out of control. But I just perhaps if I just don't show my face around for a while, it might calm down a little. Maybe.
It should be fine. I mean, I'm not sure exactly what his problem is in the first place, but
Oh, he's an academic. They get crotchety about impeding on their areas of study. Yeah, you never did say exactly what this argument was about, Ward. It's nothing. Like it's hard to explain.
let's just say sharing fame isn't given to most people in that area.
No, you know how look, he didn't like sometimes admitting that he knew less than me on some topics. you know how these things are. Yeah, I think begrudged the knowledge I had at times. But yeah, we should perhaps think about, getting a fairly reasonably early start, although today, maybe?
Sure.
Oh, don't rush away too fast. I wanted to show Avery, I got sent a pamphlet a few weeks ago about German cars. You should see it. There are some exceptional things in there. Good work. Before you go, please, at least take it.
Obviously.
Yeah. All right, please indulge my husband. He doesn't often find someone who shares his passion for these things. Also, you can't leave this morning. Like, you got here late last night. You look exhausted still, the pair of you. At least stay for lunch. I suppose yes, lunch. Yes. Excellent. Right. Well, a pleasant morning awaits. Meanwhile, back at the society. So, Martin, you awake with this knowledge in your house. Few doors down. Nigel and Basil well, actually, Basil would be awoken by a knock on your bedroom door.
Who is it?
It's me, Basil, sir.
You're Basil? Thought I
It's
was
James.
Basil. Come in, James.
Morning. Sorry
Good
for
morning.
the
It's okay. Oh, it's okay.
early starts.
Okay.
And he doesn't say sir, but you can tell he wants to. Like there's a distinct pause where he's just he's missing it.
James, would it be easier on you if you were allowed to call me sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll tell you what. You can call me sir with the understanding that we are friends.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Understood. Understood.
There is a fellow downstairs asking after you.
Does he look like he's trying to be fancy but isn't really fancy?
No, he does not look fancy at all. He doesn't have many
Oh.
fingers.
Oh no. She sent the dumb one. Okay, I hurry. I get dressed quickly and I have him come into the.
You want me to bring him inside?
Do you want him to stay outside so more people can gawk at him?
Good. Yeah, I'll take him inside to the parlor. I will keep an eye on him. Both
Very good.
eyes on him.
Yes, very good. He's dumb. Don't stress too much. Like he's not like dumb. It's complicated. I hurry up to get dressed. I'm just like, oh god.
Shall I wake Mr. Hargreaves as well?
Yes. Yes.
Mr. Hargreaves, you've got a visitor downstairs. I'm just going to let him in.
James, do you know who it is?
He says his name is Bob.
Oh, one of Basil's friends. All right, I'll be down in a moment.
Yes.
Oh, I make my way down there. Oh, so early. Oh. What do I see, Keeper?
You see three-fingered Bob hovering in the hallway. Actually, James has thrown him to the parlor, so sitting awkwardly in the parlor, looking incredibly out of place.
Bob, you're supposed to. Green said that she was going to send somebody who knew how to kind of blend in. So is this emergency?
Not an emergency. She just she was going to send Pete, but he got into a brawl last night, so he's broken his nose. So, and then she was going to send Steve, but he got arrested.
Steve always gets arrested. Ah.
So she sent me. Sorry.
No,
this is
it's
the best shirt I've got.
That's the best shirt you have?
Yeah.
Is that gravy?
Yes, gravy. Oh, yeah, it's gravy.
It's blood. God damn it, Bob. Bob, you really need to learn how to fight. You are feckless. Anyway, what's going on?
Madam Green says she says she's found some information on those people you're looking for.
Proceed.
She says she's got an address over in North London. A house of a Lieutenant Charles Ward. She says that they arrived there yesterday evening. The young man was seen working on. Someone saw him working on one of the cars in the out back.
Oh God, Avery's alive. Did he seem dehydrated or bloody?
So they said three of them arrived. Young man, big fella, and a young woman. They had a bunch of stuff they were carrying with them. The lady of the house seemed very happy to see him.
Oh, I bet she was happy. I bet she was. Nigel, stop lurking about.
What? I was just looking at this.
You fell asleep standing up.
I was examining the paintings, Basil.
Your lies will not be
Lieutenant
embraced.
Ward, Grant, not Ward. I get those two names mixed up. I don't know what it is about those two names. They're just merged together in my head.
You've had many concussions, Bob. It's.
So many, sir. What's the concussion?
It's exactly. Anyway, look, is there anything else, Bob?
No. I think that was.
Okay.
That was all?
All right. I need you to look at me. Okay. When you come here, no gravy shirts. No, do you understand me? No gravy shirts. Do you not have better attire?
I mean, not
Bob,
really. No, I mean,
Bob, how-
look, apart from the little stain, like, it's got no holes in it, and it's all good.
Bob, look at me. Look at me. You have been a criminal for how old are you again, Bob? Don't count on your fingers, Bob. You don't have enough fingers. Count on your toes, Bob.
I haven't got that many of them.
God damn it. How do you get frostbite in summer? It never made sense to me.
Rottweiler. It was a Rottweiler.
It was not a Rottweiler. It was not a Rottweiler. You can't even spell Rottweiler. Look, Bob, damn it. You've been a criminal for at least 2 decades. Okay? You should have enough money to have some decent clothes.
I should, yeah.
Be thriftier or be a better criminal. Okay?
Right. Advice taken. Right, I'll be off.
All right. Why do I have to? I'm a former officer. Why am I hoping to be a better criminal? Anyway, here's what the fuck is this? Why do we have scones? Here. This things are terrible. Have a scone. Be gone.
Who's going to have that?
No. Nigel.
They are as good as the legends say.
The legends? Who has legends about scone? Anyway, I don't care.
And without further explanation, Bob leaves.
Fucking got legendary. Now we have magical scones in the fucking society. All right, so we got So here's the thing: we have an address, something about Lieutenant Charles Grant.
What's this address?
It's it's where So I went to Madam Green.
Is it the same as this address?
Yes.
Is it? It's the same. Yes. All right, we have verified that this is a good address to go to. Let's go grab Martin White, who's probably asleep. I bet he didn't even have a dream.
I'm sure he's awake and looking at his ledgers and books. Basil, we have a 7 a.m. start back at the agency.
It's 6 a.m.
What's the difference?
I know it's an hour. That's how time works. Maybe you have concussions. Why am I the only unconcussed one in the society?
No, you're definitely the cussed one.
No, I don't hit you enough, and this moment shows it. Look quickly. Let's go get Martin White. Keeper, we rushed to get Martin White.
You rushed to Martin's house. Martin, you have awoken this morning with knowledge and power running through you. And someone is knocking at your front door at an ungodly early hour in the morning.
Told you, Nigel.
I'll get dressed.
I always kind of thought he just slept that way.
Well, having said that, actually, it's a very good point. He might still be in the same clothes because he doesn't know how the streaming thing works. So he probably would have tried to just.
Yeah.
He's still in the clothes.
You don't want to show up in someone else's dream in your pajamas. That would be embarrassing.
I don't know whether you entered the dream and you have no clothes.
Imagine Martin went to sleep in full suit,
Yeah, I wanted to look formal in my dreams. I mean, I don't make a bad impression.
You want to be a fancy dream lad? Okay, I understand.
So yeah, I'm probably wearing exactly the same things as I went. Actually, I probably would have changed into a new suit before going into the dreaming, just in case. I know nothing about it.
Yeah, no, you got to wear a fresh suit for your dreams.
Yep, I've got a fresh suit. So I'll wander downstairs and see my guests.
Yeah, your butler's just showing them inside.
Yeah, he would know just to show them in because he knows they've been there before. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's quite early.
It is a little bit early.
It was early. It's later now.
True.
That's how time works, Nigel. I'm proud of you.
Well, I've got some good news and some bad news for you. I'm guessing you've got news for me as well.
Yes.
Yes, I think we do.
We have an address that we verified. Not that it's an address. You know what I mean. It's definitely an address that's an address. Maybe I'm concussed. Anyway, we have an address that we need to go to.
That makes sense, yeah.
Have you had breakfast yet, Mr. White?
No, that's a very good point. Let's have breakfast. We'll get something here. Yeah, it's been an interesting night. I've managed to enter the dream place properly.
You don't say. Huh. How did it go?
I made some friends, I think.
Mhm.
One was, you won't believe this, it's a giant lion.
You're lying.
I wish. But it was like the size of a horse, and they took me to his castle. Where
Martin?
I got this infinite knowledge, and I found out some information.
Okay.
I'll explain more on the journey.
No, I believe you. I looked into a portal that came out of a machine, and I saw a crazy electricity god, and it nuked, or it assaulted my memory. It assaulted my memory, in my mind, in my understanding of all things. So I am actually going. Strangely enough, I would be more shocked if you had a dream and you didn't get, what was it, infinite knowledge?
Well, yeah, something. I seem to know how to do things to people's minds now.
Oh, that's great. We need more of that going around.
I don't know. I don't know how this came about, but I seem to know how to pull people's minds out of their heads and put them into other objects.
It
That's
seems
totally normal.
oddly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can't see a use for it, but I know exactly where Avery is.
but it is. Is he? Does he have to be at this address?
Very likely. If
You look at that address, Martin.
it's in the rough direction of.
No. You look at that address written down,
Yeah.
and you just know. It's like an
Oh.
instinctual just certainty in your mind.
Do I still have that sense of
there.
where he is?
Yep, he's
Oh
there.
dear.
Like, yeah.
Yep, that's it. I don't know how I know, but that's
no.
exactly where he is.
Martin, you're a witch. What did you do in those dreams, Martin?
Well-
What did you do?
Um,
Who did you do?
I went,
Martin.
met this strange woman in a green dress.
Green is the
You-
color of whores, Martin.
Actually,
The
strange
color
is
of
the wrong
whores.
word. Strange is the wrong word.
Oh,
She's
you
a
got
nice
familiar with her.
young woman.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And anyway, they gave me a lift to this castle, and they got this knowledge. And I wanted to know about that David Taylor. Do you know the Miss Ward's servant or slave, whatever?
Right. Right.
I found out that his mind doesn't exist at all anywhere. It's
How
gone
did-
completely. It's destroyed.
Did you find out
consumed,
how
gone.
how that came to be?
No, I was looking into trying to find out where it was and if it could be returned to him.
Mhm.
And it's gone completely. Whatever's happened to it, the mind doesn't exist anywhere anymore.
So it's something happened that was different than the thing that you just
Oh,
gained, which
yeah.
is to move minds about.
So
Okay.
his mind is just not there, doesn't exist anywhere anymore. So,
Huh.
which is not good. I'd hoped there'd be a way to return it to him.
Yeah, bad luck for him.
Yeah. As to who did it is a big question, but
Mhm.
I know where Avery is exactly. I could.
Well, if he's at this address, then he and Lucy are in the same place.
Yes.
We need to. Let's just go save him. You
Well,
know, let's just go
grab
save
something to
Avery.
eat. There'll be something we can take with us, sandwiches. Or something.
Yeah, second breakfast.
We can just eat them on the way.
Second breakfast is best breakfast. Second only to third breakfast. Quite frankly. But we're poor. We don't have a lot of we don't have a lot of breakfasts and wait, we're not
Look,
poor anymore.
No, we're not poor anymore.
Yes, I'm so happy to not
Well,
be impoverished.
there'll be some cheese and things here. We'll just grab some.
Oh God! All right, enough about the
Ouch,
cheese.
ready.
We need to save Avery.
Yeah, let's cheese it then.
Yeah, I hate you. I Martin, you're not a witch, right?
Hope not.
It'd be a warlock, wouldn't it? Instead of not a witch.
I don't know if that truly matters.
I have no idea.
God, if everybody
got-
else is a witch but me, I'm
I've got no
innocent.
plan to move people's minds anywhere. As
Good
far
to
as I'm
hear.
concerned, their minds should stay in their heads
What a wonderful philosophy you have.
and out of my head.
That is true. That is true. All right. To save Avery.
Okay, you're heading over to save Avery. Meanwhile, Avery, breakfast is finished, and Charles Grant is eagerly showing you various diagrams of car engines,
I mean, I'm just as eager.
whilst Sybil and Lucy are discussing packing, borrowing clothing, and I don't know. Are you trying to pay attention to what Lucy's doing, or are you focused on what you're doing?
I don't. I think I would, keep not per se checking on her, but like, not. I wouldn't completely focus.
Okay. You're not basically you're not trying to listen into what she's doing, or.
No, let's be honest. I would probably hyper focus on car engines right now. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah.
I was thinking that it could be not me, but it is kind of interesting. The world does not exist anymore.
Okay. So yeah, you don't know what Lucy is up to. But it's perhaps, a couple of hours past breakfast when. What manner of transport is the society taking to get there? Are you coming by carriage or via foot?
I think Martin Bolly has a carriage, a coach. So
Yeah,
I mean,
you hear the rattle of a coach outside.
yeah.
But are you coming right up to the door? How are you approaching this situation?
I think just going straight to the address out the front door. Unless on the way, Nigel or Basil have something else in mind.
No. What? As we're approaching it, what does the front of the house look like from the road?
It's quite a nice house. I said it's not quite as grand as Martin's house, the ones in Grosvenor Square, but it's still clearly got a good amount of money behind it. In fact, it looks like it's been sort of done up in the last 10 years, probably. Like, this was a nice house before, and more money has come in the last decade to do it up a bit, spruce it up a bit.
Yeah, we could just come straight to the front door, I suppose. Do I actually still have that feeling of knowing exactly what Avery is?
Oh, yes. You could pinpoint the third window up there on the right-hand side. That Avery is in that room. You know exactly where he is.
Oh, this is going to be interesting. It looks like I know exactly where he is.
You know what he's doing?
Yeah.
You don't know what he's doing. You know where he is.
So, should we just come to ask for Avery Collins at the front?
Yeah.
Why not?
Why don't we just knock on the door, and if they lie and say he's not here, then we'll know, and either that or we could kick down the door and start shooting.
Oh,
No. Not yet. Save that for later.
Let's see how this goes. I just walk up to the door and knock it.
Yeah, you knock on the door, and it's opened by a well-dressed servant. Good morning.
Good morning. We're friends of Avery Collins.
Oh, yes, friends of Mr. Collins.
Yes. Is he available?
He's upstairs. Just one moment. Take a seat. I will go fetch him.
Thank you very much. Yes.
And he shows you through into the front room. Goes upstairs. Excuse me, sir, Mr. Collins.
Yes.
Sorry to disturb you. He sort of gives a nod over to Mr. Grant. There's 3 gentlemen downstairs say they're friends of yours, Mr. Collins.
I think I know who it could be, but I wouldn't know how they would know that I am here. I'm coming down, sure. I'm looking around if I see Lady Ward.
You can hear her and Sybil talking in the next room.
Yeah, sure. They're still busy. It's fine. It's just 3 people, right?
Yes.
And I'm just gonna give them a quick description of Martin, Nigel, and Basil.
Yes, that sounds like them. Yes.
Yeah, good. Sure. And I'll just follow them down.
He shows you through into the room where where three members of the London Esoteric Society are waiting, and the three of you see Avery Collins, apparently safe and well.
Hey,
Avery, I see you've been well treated.
yeah. Well, why wouldn't I? And I'm gonna look around if there is people, if the servants are still listening in. Or did the servant leave us immediately alone, or are they still?
Yeah, no, the servant sort of steps away and just goes, "Ring if you need anything."
Yeah, sure. And inform me if Lady Ward wants to leave, so I know.
Yes, yes, it will do.
And then I'm gonna turn around and be like, how the hell did you find us? Pendergast is. If you find him, Pendergast might.
He won't.
No, he's not going to find anyone for Edbal at all.
Ever.
Yeah, he's dead.
Oh.
Yeah, we killed him.
Anyway, are you okay?
Yeah, sure.
The last we saw of you was you carrying Miss Ward down past the window, and she was in a straitjacket, I think.
I mean, she you know, when Basil read the book and kind of lost it a bit. She had a similar thing, and I couldn't, leave her there. So I thought, just get her away from Pendergast just to be sure that she's safe. Because we couldn't let Pendergast find us, because that might have been a problem. And so we went to the society to grab the things that he shouldn't get access to.
And then you attacked.
And so that she couldn't find us, she kind of took James's memories again.
Yeah.
He has to stop doing that.
But we still working on this. We were still working on the assumption that he's alive. So, but if he isn't anymore, maybe we can sort all of that shit out.
There's a couple of things that might complicate things. You're familiar with Dave, aren't you?
Yeah. That's the.
Do you know how he ended up that way?
Did I coincidentally ask her during my travels?
She said it was an accident.
She said it was an accident. I mean, I'm assuming that is something that can happen if you're fucking up with those type of things.
The thing is, there is no mind left anywhere. No memories. My personal thoughts are I suspect she's done it.
Yeah. She said it was an accident.
I'm not too keen on people being able to just wipe people's minds, but it's not even his memories. His mind doesn't exist anywhere. His mind or soul or whatever makes him up doesn't exist anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And you're okay with this?
I'm obviously not, but so far, she's been fairly forthcoming with explanations on why she acted how she did.
Has she given you any clues to the enmity between her and Pendergast?
So she hasn't told you that she's been controlling him?
He's been controlling him?
Yes. That's why he was working for the society. And that's why he made the big falling out, because he got free of her control.
She probably definitely did not tell me that, right?
She did not tell you that, no.
There's a reason Pendergast described her as a monster and one of the last encounters with him, because he had just got free from whatever thing she had done to control his mind. He'd managed to get free. He had been acting a bit off, if you remember, in the cavern. He had been rather distracted and really off to everyone. He just seemed to be wandering off a bit. And I think something may have helped him break free, because he just stormed off, didn't he?
Yeah, he was leaving quite quickly. I remember.
I think at that point he realised what had happened and how he'd been controlled, and he left with a view to return to kill her for what she had done because she'd been controlling him.
I mean, she
Okay.
did that to me as well at some point because she was paranoid. Then she apologized afterwards, and she didn't try again.
I think we probably need to. I don't know what everyone else feels on this. We probably need to understand her side of this, but
We should hear her out.
definitely,
But
it's
we
only
should-
fair.
We should ask pointed questions.
I don't think we should do that here.
No.
She wanted to leave and move on with the car and Dave and me. I would say that it's maybe better if we're like on the countryside when we,
Where
Bring
does
that
she
up.
want to go?
I don't think we've discussed that yet,
Well,
but
there's some problems with this. If she's not a monster, she shouldn't be ran off from the
Exactly.
society. If she is a monster, letting her run off and do plotting or leaving her to her own devices is a horrible idea.
yeah, I'm gonna go with, obviously. My thought is more like, we
What the
meet
hell are
up
you
again.
gonna do?
Hmm?
What can you do? She has mind magic, and you're just an inventor. I mean, not just an inventor, incredibly impressive, but like she can just do boom, and all of a sudden you're doing what she wants. Or she has the big guy just give you the business, and you can't take the business. The business will put you out of business.
Look, I think I'm the only one that can drive this thing, and
You're
if she does
betrothed
that,
too. You can't just go absconding with random women.
Oh, that's a very good point. Actually, Avery, we may have spoken to Miss Ward's mother.
Well, not May. We did.
yeah,
She hates us and you. She wants you to die.
what?
Yeah, she when we were trying to locate Miss Ward and yourself, we thought that perhaps she would have returned to a family home. We returned there, and
Yeah.
Lady Ward's not very pleased with the London Esoteric Society. She blames Miss Ward's uncle and the society for, well, the society for driving him mad, for driving her daughter mad, and for everything bad that's happened to her entire family.
And she didn't react well when we mentioned your name. Avery Collins, apparently, one of her maids is a relation.
Yes. So my sister's working for the estate,
Yes, we met your sister.
as is my fiance.
Ah,
Your sister is your fiance?
No,
Oh,
her best
Okay.
friend
okay.
is also working for the estate, and she's my fiance.
Okay.
so you're not eloping with Miss Ward?
No, obviously not.
Well, Miss Lady Ward seemed to think that you shouldn't be within 10 arm lengths of Miss Ward.
Her innocent daughter, yes.
Currently, I've only been driving her around, and I don't think that there's something to worry about. Anyway, that's a problem for a whole nother day.
Yes, but it's only fair we hear Miss Ward's side in this before we do any judgment.
Yeah, we shouldn't do it here because none of these people are
Well,
anyway involved.
we could do it here.
Sybil is like Lucy's best friend for years.
She's
I mean,
she was empathetic enough to warn me not to talk about odd stuff here because Sybil is not involved.
well, Sybil's not
So
here
she
now.
still cares enough about normal people to not, cause chaos unnecessarily.
Actually, that's a very good point, because if she cares enough about normal people as such, or people who are unesoteric, we'll say, then she won't make a massive scene here.
Or she'll just blame us and have us arrested and or shot on spot.
If we just wish to speak to her, this would be a good place to just speak with her. We're not here to
Yeah.
actually harm her, but this would be a good place to give her some leverage in making sure nothing goes wrong.
We could do it under the pretense of having spoken with her mother, I suppose. Mr. White, you are the gentleman. I suspect it would be best if you made the request.
Or Mr. Collins here, he's spoken with Miss Ward. Perhaps he can convince her. We just wait here for her.
Well, if she really, does not want to meet you, she's probably gone by now.
Exactly, but you could at least inform her of Pendergast's passing.
Yeah. I'll go up, and I guess you guys wait down here.
Okay.
Oh,
Now,
wait, hold on. There is something very important. But go ahead, Nigel. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, when you tell her about Pendergast passing, make sure that she knows that he's very unlikely to ever come back. I mean, we saw to it that he was dispersed in many small pieces.
So basically, we shot him in the head a lot, and then I cut him into tiny bits and fed him to the fish people after looting his corpse. I looted his corpse before I fed him to the fish people. That would have been awkward. Oh, sorry. Here's your food, but let me just get on in there and grab that. Thank you. Don't eat that. That's the metal watch. Yeah, no, that's not how that happened. Yeah, and let him know that we did it. We set a trap for him, and that we did it with the idea that he had told me that he was going to kill all of you, and I did not want that to happen, and I did not want that to happen to her either.
Okay. I'm just gonna go and give her the update, and we'll see how we go from there. All right.
Mm-hmm. But remember, chopped into tiny. I was blood soaked, literally.
I understand, and I will convey it as politely as the present company allows.
I chopped him up into gentlemanly small bits. I see what you're. Yes, that makes a lot of sense. That's that big brain of yours.
I'm not sure if I should, if she's in company of the others, maybe I shouldn't be so specific,
Well,
But just getting the idea across.
Yeah.
that he's not-
I'll manage.
Well, you could always just say Pendergast is no longer in London, or no longer in England.
yeah, you could.
He no longer resides in this country.
Okay.
He could say he's gone fishing.
Actually, yes, you could.
That is true. She'll know what that means. I'll go.
Met his friends at the lake.
Yeah. And I'm gonna go upstairs. And try to find Lady Ward.
Okay, you head up, and you can hear the conversation of Lucy and Sybil before you enter the room. You can just catch the last snap before you open the door. I don't know, but I don't think Pendergast sent them. Look, whoever they are and whoever sent them, Lucy, I've got your back on this, okay? Whatever trouble you've got into, it's not so deep. I can't help you get out of it, okay? Thank you. I knew I could rely on you.
Apparently, Mr. Pendergast is on a fishing trip and is no longer gonna be here for a long time.
Like, Lucy looks at you and looks at Sybil. Like, Sybil looks at you and then looks at Lucy. Like, you can sort of see cogs whirring. Like, Lucy realizing what you mean, Sybil being utterly confused about what you mean and looking to Lucy for further explanation. A fishing trip?
I don't know. Apparently, he felt like he wasn't welcome in our presence and went fishing.
Pendergast was a very
odd sort.
enthusiastic hobbyist fisherman. If he's out of town on a fishing trip, we've perhaps got some time to talk about matters before he returns. Look, Avery, your friends downstairs, did they say what they're here for?
I'm assuming though they said they would wanted to talk about things.
Just talk?
Yeah.
All right. I best go down and speak to them. Sorry, Sybil, turning all these people turning up on your doorstep. I promise it shouldn't be anymore, hopefully.
I wouldn't know who else would be. I don't even know how they found us.
Lucy, look, whatever it is, like, do you want me to come down with you? No, I can handle this. Just, I'm sure it's just, you know,
They're fairly
boring
trustworthy folk.
paperwork stuff. Look, it'll be perfectly fine. Look, if you need, like, I can call my father. I can call mother if it's really serious.
Oh, also
if it's money
apparently,
problem, it's not money problems, Lucy, because you know, it's not money problems. But thank you, Sybil. Like,
Miss Ward. Also apparently, your mother is disapproving of me being your driver.
my mum. Why
They
you
seem
told
to be
her
assuming
that?
things.
Oh, Lord have mercy on me and save me from the imagination of my mother. Look, I don't want to talk about my mother right now. There are 1,000 things I'd rather face in this world than my mother. And Sybil gives a little shrug, going, "She was like me." Yes, look. Lead the way downstairs. Lucy starts walking downstairs.
Okay.
She says to Avery as you're walking down the stairs, "I honestly think my mother would have been very happy if Sybil and I had swapped places. Sybil was always a better daughter to her."
Well, there's expectations that some people can fulfill better than others.
Most definitely. Wait, will we go down there? They're not. What did you tell them about everything that happened at Albrook? Before we left.
Sure.
How worried should I be there going in there? I mean, they're not going to start.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, under Sybil's brief, they'd be absolutely mad to start any trouble.
Which is where they wanted to talk right now.
Okay. Right. Well, no time spent dawdling. We haven't got, like, Pendergast's fishing trips only usually take a couple of days.
Yeah, sure. And I'm gonna wait until I'm sure that nobody's close enough to hear it. Yeah, that one's in a submarine. And partially.
Pardon?
That was the apparently dismembered him and put all the bits in pieces in there.
I thought you meant he'd
No, like
he'd just gone off to do one of his whatever he does when he said he's going on a fishing trip.
No. I just didn't want to worry the others that don't know about it. Yeah, they were worried he would come back otherwise.
I mean, that is a genuinely valid worry where he is concerned.
So they basically fed his bits to the fish people.
Well, on one hand, I'm relieved. On the other hand, I'm absolutely terrified. Let's go in and face these friends of yours.
And just making sure don't use my mind stuff anymore. It's just not gonna make you friends. It'll fail at some point anyway.
Yeah, it usually wears out eventually, but don't worry. If things get turn troublesome in there, that's That's not the only bit of knowledge I have. I have a plan.
It'll be
If
fine.
things go sideways.
Where would it? They're good sort. Their heart's in the right place.
Well, that's honestly quite relieving given the company I've been keeping these last few years. Right. She opens the door and steps into the room with the others.
Hey.
Gentlemen.
So, are we able to speak freely? Do you know?
As long as we don't shout. Sybil is not the sort to be listening at doors.
Very good.
I don't think we have anything to shout about.
No, I think if you can keep it civil.
Quick question, Keeper. She's still got the silver headpiece and the bracelet on.
Yes, she's wearing a gold bracelet in the shape of a snake. She's wearing her usual necklace, and it's like a silver hair ornament tied in around her hair.
Do they look valuable or unusual?
They look very valuable. Very valuable.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We thought it'd be best to speak with you here to at least get your side in this. Have you been told about Dr. Pendergast's
Apparently
Demise.
he's feeding the fishes.
Yes.
Yes.
It was one way to make sure he didn't come back.
No, it is shocking news.
It seemed fitting as well.
How did you manage that one?
We shot him a lot. We shot him point blank a ton, and then we shot him from a distance, and then we stabbed him. And then we cut him up into tiny pieces and fed him to the fish. But I would like to cut to the chase if that's okay, because how that came about was I caught him in the sanitarium, plotting to destroy the machine and kill everybody. I didn't want him to kill everybody. He wanted to kill you. He really wanted to kill you. He hated you. He accused you of being a monster. And we were told...
He called me a monster?
Oh, he called you a lot of things,
Him?
which I will not repeat.
Yes.
I'm not saying he's not a hypocrite, but this is... I'm just trying to get down to brass tacks. I didn't want you to die. I don't want you to die, but accusations were made about you that are concerning. So, how deep are you into all of this? It's just time for honesty.
And we are asking as members of the LES.
Society. Yes, we are fully fledged members of the society.
The Collinwood and Albernathi signed you up, did they?
Nope. We were in. I won my bet with Fish Boy, and that got us in. But then we did make it more official. It was already official, but more official.
Well,
Victory lap.
I have been for the last few years the leader of the London Esoteric Society, if that's what you mean by how deep am I in this.
Are you doing evil things with your powers? And try to be objective.
No. No.
Are you doing evil adjacent things with your power?
I am keeping this city and this world safe from threats that most people cannot understand.
Can I do a psychology on that?
Yeah. You get a read on her. She says, You may not agree with all of my methods, and I will be the first to admit I'm not perfect, and things have not always worked as I would wish. Like, I have made some mistakes, I have made some errors, some missteps, but I am trying to protect people.
I do have a question.
And Basil,
Yes.
she believes this wholeheartedly. Like, what she is saying, like, she believes that she is not evil, that she is doing good.
What happened with David Taylor?
That was one of the mistakes I spoke of. He was working for a group of people we ran across about 2 years back. They hired him on as a bodyguard, And when, to cut a long story short, we were breaking into a house in order to investigate a matter concerning a ghost and a cursed skull. Look, it
Is this the skull that you stole from the safe?
borrowed or
Okay. Oh, actually, technically,
repatriated.
you're in charge of the society anyway, so you can't steal from yourself.
Yeah. I
So-
kept it. I decided to keep these certain items safe from Pendergast should he return from the society. Anyway, yeah, we broke into the house, and Dave was there, and there was a slight altercation with him and a friend of his, during which I was forced to take momentarily drastic measures to try and...
But it's that moment right there.
You removed his mind from his body.
I was trying to get him to protect us from his fellows. It didn't work entirely as I intended. It was the first time I'd used it in such a way, in such circumstances, such uncontrolled circumstances, on someone who didn't wish for me to do it, and I never did it like that again, and I never made that mistake again.
Mm.
He was trying to kill us at the time. It was all a little bit frantic.
You don't intend any harm on anyone else, I'm guessing.
I mean, I can't speak for everyone in this world. There's some terrible
I don't
people
mean
out there that I
everyone.
could mean a
I
great
mean-
deal of harm to.
I mean, Mr. Collingwood, Mr.
I
Abernathy,
would no.
the society members,
Collingwood
household, and
never
Agnes
seek to
as
harm
well.
him. Or Albanathy.
What about me? You put a charm spell on me.
It was a highly pressurized situation at Albrook. Things were
I
getting out
came
of
to-
hand.
I came to you in good... But see, here's the thing. I don't think things were getting out of hand because I came to you in good faith trying to create a solution. And if you feel the pressure and then your response is to always just cast a spell which can impact people's minds, that does make you incredibly dangerous. I'm not threatening you, I'm just saying objectively that seems to be a reasonable argument.
I was one woman, alone, with several very armed and very dangerous men. My
You-
powers are
when
my
I-
only
when-
defense, my only weapon.
But
So
what of-
you were... It was just you and me, and I came to you trying to work with you. I wasn't threatening you or anything.
Basil, you're armed with a gun and you know how to use that.
Avery, I literally went to her trying to create a treaty, not threatening her at all.
Mr. White did not have any weapons when you came to him to relieve him of the book.
It's true.
That was another matter. We were trying to remove the book from circulation. I thought
And-
that if he didn't remember me taking it, he couldn't come looking for it and cause further problems.
Unfortunately, I remembered.
Yes,
and-
unfortunately. So
But
And what of our own man, James, at the society?
I was trying to cover my tracks from Pendergast.
But you always, I was trying. As long as you have some justification to do it, you're going to do it. You
Have
should
you
be
never
able...
made a mistake? Have you never hurt someone by accident or stepped over a bound?
Of course.
That is not exactly an unfair thing, but if you can always justify it after the fact, that is when it becomes a problem. No one is threatening you nor attacking you. We came here to speak, but you have to understand you have a pattern of behavior of you get stressed or you feel threatened, whether that's true or not, and then you cast a spell which takes people's agency away from them. The most, if not for your memories and your ability to act of your own free will, what is a person? I don't think you have philosophically thought about that enough.
Well, I have a proposal. I found out some information from, I think, the Lord and the Lady of the Dream, or whatever they may be. Anyway, that's something else.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, I went into the dream realm and I spoke to some people, and they gave me knowledge. I went through into this nice castle, this fortress full of light and stuff. And anyway, it's just dreams.
You've
Nothing to worry
seen
about.
it.
I went through the doors. I went through into this castle, and the Lord's not actually a Lord. It's like a dream within a dream. It's strange.
The
Anyway,
dream beyond the dream.
that's the word.
Key in the gate.
Yes,
You've seen him.
I went through there. Yeah, and I was inquiring about Dave Taylor, and I found out that his spirit, his soul, the essence that makes him up, doesn't exist anywhere anymore.
I told you. I didn't mean to do that.
Now,
And that is a mistake I will carry upon me till the day
Yes.
I die.
the thing is, we all make mistakes, and that's why I'd hoped we'd get a chance to talk to you, at least to hear your side, to see, because, I mean, we all make mistakes, but what is your plan in the long run? Do you plan to return to the society?
Well,
Now that you know that
if
Pendergast
Pendergast is gone, then
is gone, would you be happy to return to the society and the items you took?
I mean,
And-
I am the society.
Yes, but also a promise. A promise not to use the mind or memory altering abilities on any of us present here now.
I will not take your mind from you. I will not seek to take your mind from you. In return, you will not turn any of your many weapons upon me, whether they be of magic or muscle or guns.
Why are you in a
Fair deal.
straitjacket?
Pardon?
Last
Somebody
time we
said-
saw you,
Yeah, someone said something about a straitjacket.
the last time we saw you, you and Avery were descending a rope with you in a straitjacket.
There was a slight disagreement about the way to exit the situation, and Avery decided that it would be best if I could not run away. We resolved that disagreement.
Okay.
It's rather unfortunate on the timing because had that been 5 minutes later, Pendergast would have already been dead.
And if you recall, I was running up there to try to get you to tell you of the plan. I have no ill will
Okay.
against you,
Anyway,
Lady Ward. I'm just saying you don't have a lot of trust in people. You
No,
seem to react.
people are generally proven untrustworthy.
well, how about this as a sign of trust? Somehow, I think I've ended up a member of the society as well. I'm not entirely sure how it's happened, but anyway, all the books that the society had that had been taken by Collingwood to Brighton, I actually have in my possession. All of them.
I have the rest of the books in my possession.
So I'm not happy with having all these books, especially seeing I can't read most of them. I'm not very good at Swedish. It may surprise you, but it's not one of my talents. But
Surprisingly few people speak Swedish
yes, but
outside of Sweden.
if you were interested in returning to the society and returning what you had taken with you, I can return all the books that I have back from the society, and we could sort of start off as a truce, as such, if everyone here agrees.
Fresh start.
Yes,
Yes.
a new page, as such, and as a sign of trust, as you say, we won't harm you in any way, you won't harm us, and we'll see how things progress.
You wish to continue the work of the society?
Um,
Knowledge to great use?
I think the combating evil and darkness, there's things out there. I mean, the things I saw in that dream, it is unbelievable.
Oh no, I believe it.
I was warned as well. The more I get involved with the dreams, the more it changes me, and the more I'll want to stay there. But it's a lot of information I'd like to learn more about, but a lot of this could be used for great evil as well as good.
So it's our duty to make sure it doesn't fall into the wrong hands, and that the knowledge we have been granted is used for good cause.
Exactly. I'm not sure
Perfect.
what else is viewed on us.
Tell me, is it just you that's seen the truth? Or have the others looked upon it too?
The dream.
Yes. You said you had gone
yeah.
to the dream beyond the dream. You
I went through.
you met with him.
I went
He
through.
showed you the truth.
I went through the forbidden door. I met a lady in green and a large lion, and they gave me a lift to the castle. And I wandered through the gate into the castle, and asked my questions to it.
You just wandered through like it was nothing.
Well, they did tell me beforehand that I'd be changed if I went through. But I thought, well, I've gone all this way here. I may as well go the final steps, and just went through the door.
You thought I might as well. You travelled to the edge of all that is known, and thought, oh well, that's
Yes.
quite the trip. I should probably look into the void whilst I am there.
I thought it would have been rude if I just turned around and stepped away, but so I thought, well,
Oh, Mr. White, I think
So
you
just
and I
one.
can come together along splendidly.
so I just went through, and it's really interesting. It's really nice there, but I don't want to wander too much there. But it's interesting. It's fun.
And Miss Ward,
Yes.
as we seem to be starting it fresh, I would like to apologize for the state of your room at the Society.
What did you do to my room?
We were rather in a rush to find you and Avery. And do I still have her contact book in my pocket?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll take that out and hand it to her.
There's the address.
You don't need to apologise, Mr. Hargreaves. In my time, have broken into several of other people's properties and relieved them of various belongings. It is in the role of the Society. It's what we do. If you have, quarrel with occasional... Look, you gentlemen are all perfectly suited to the Society. You have already dismembered one man. And
I'm hoping that's not something we're all expected to
rifle
do.
through a lady's private possessions. You were born to do this.
What the hell am I getting involved
I
here?
have one.
Oh
Nope.
God,
Oh,
it's disappeared.
The void took me.
oh, and it killed the entire overlay.
Martin did it.
The Zoom call's still up, so we're probably fine.
Hang on.
Hold on, I'm the keeper now.
Oh no! Bring back Augustus. Do it.
I am Martin.
Ah, get the book! There's the wall!
And
Okay.
I'm Avery.
We apologise for that slight disruption. The powers that be of the great beyond temporarily disrupted the stream. Let me just.
Oh, now I'm Nigel.
As I was saying, I don't have my camera back, but you can still hear me, so you get the general gist of the situation.
Yes.
Well, what was I saying? Sorry, my mind for a moment there
Wait.
went
Okay.
dithering off into. No. Okay.
And
I
we broke
think-
it again.
Given our glorious technical difficulties that we're having here,
I think we're planning to return to the Society.
yes, I think this is the point where an agreement is reached between you and Miss Ward, and as you prepare to head back to the Society, there was something very important I was going to say, but I lost track of it the moment that Zoom first crashed. And I will probably never remember what it was. So
Hopefully
as
it's
that
not too
knowledge
important.
is taken from my mind, snatched away, yes. I have one request, should you wish to be members of the society, which I know you already are in a way, but if you wish to be untroubled by legal suits about your membership, one request. And that is that the society accepts one more member into its ranks.
And who is that?
Avery Collins.
No. Yeah.
Oh.
I was thinking that was that makes sense.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yep,
That's
that was
your
expected.
Oh, then we are
Everybody-
all on the same page here. Or at least
Yeah.
in the same book, if not quite
Yes.
yet on the same page, gentlemen.
Fair
Works
enough.
for me.
So does that mean we can still build the machine?
We will have to discuss that, yes. Potentially. We have the society, we have facilities, we have space. Look, I hope that as time passes we can come to trust each other as a society once more. There's a lot of catching up to do. A lot for me to tell you, and a lot for you to tell me. But we will have time. With Pendergast out the way, we are no longer under any dire threat. One more thing, though, before we return to the society, and before I tell... well, two things, actually. First of all, I will be leaving some security information with Sybil. Should I suddenly disappear or die in unexpected circumstances in the next few months, I will make sure I have assurances that you are all the prime suspects.
Yeah, right. I mean, you could do that, but the case will never stick. But
I
if it
think
makes you feel better,
yeah, that's
go
a very
for it.
good point. I'll do much the same, I think.
Yeah, that's fair insurance. But I just want to make it sure that if I disappear and go and feed the fishes the same way as Pendergast do, it becomes at least problematic for you. You must understand,
Well,
given
to be
recent
fair-
events.
It's completely understandable.
We've already met your mother. We
Yeah.
can understand how problematic some things can be.
Yes, and what's the other thing? Oh, yes, I will tell Sybil of our departure. We can return to the society and hopefully take our first steps on a path together. If you gentlemen are prepared to work with me.
Lady Ward,
Miss Ward. Lady Ward's my
Miss-
mother.
Miss Ward. Oh yes, you are very different from her. Not to be persnickety, but I am still awaiting an apology.
I am sorry.
I accept your apology.
And you too, Martin, for taking your memories from you.
Accepted. I can understand the alternative wouldn't have been pleasant, knowing how Pendergast has been around for a long time and eaten people's hearts to keep himself going for such a long time.
Yes, I can rip thoughts from minds. You could rip hearts from chests. One is much tidier.
Yeah, I've picked up some information when I went through that door as well. I seem to have an ability I didn't have beforehand. But
So-
I'm not
You have
Mhm.
knowledge. You looked
And-
upon.
the dream thing, the Lord of the Dream.
He
gave
has
me
many names,
ability.
yes.
He gave me the ability to take people's minds out of their bodies.
Oh,
So let me understand. You just went there and then you know things.
Something like that. I think it's probably a bit more dangerous than that. I don't think
And I went to school for that long. God damn it!
I think if I probably understood how dangerous it was, I think things could have gone really badly for me if it went badly. But fortunately, I didn't realise how dangerous it was, and I just came out with more knowledge and abilities I didn't have beforehand. But anyway, it was all interesting. I may pop there again sometime, maybe tomorrow night. Who knows?
well. I would caution you, Mr. White. Popping back is perhaps unwise. I understand the lure of such knowledge, and it has served me well these last few years, but it is a poison chalice, and drink too often,
You don't
you
worry.
might find yourself going the same way as Pendergast.
But once is fine, right?
Yes.
I'll have to go there once. See what happens.
Anyway, gentlemen, shall we?
Yes.
Probably best.
And so, as the expanded society of people who definitely don't think they're about to murder each other and don't have any deep-seated resentments lingering underneath, make their way back to the society, and as the faceless voice from beyond speaks of the truths of reality, that is where we are going to end tonight's game before my computer can do anything else terrible.